Hi, Debra Lynn Belcanto. Welcome back. So tonight I've had a long day. I don't necessarily have a lot of energy for my singing, but I thought I would sort of take you through what I would do in these circumstances. Like, okay, I don't really feel like it, but I'm going to try anyways. And we're going to start a little bit with just a humming exercise. You can join me, or you can just kind of memorize the pattern and then change the key and pick your own key. But I'm just going to start low and I'm going to sing like mm, 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 So if you notice, I'm sort of rocking myself up and then rocking back down and then rocking up a little higher and then rocking back down. I used to do this for 20 minutes at a time, sort of like a meditation, if you will, just kind of easing the voice in and kind of rocking it into agreement. So especially when I'm not feeling like it, like I'm not high energy like I am right now. I know that I'm not like whoo, whoa, ready to go. I'm kind of feeling more sluggish, more just tired, fatigued, yeah. But but the voice can function even in those circumstances as long as the stability of the instrument is being sustained. So what you'll notice on that first exercise is that I'm not taking in very big breaths, just very sort of small, inaudible breaths. I'm being mindful of the quantity of air I'm taking in and trying to reset my body very quickly, but also very, very gently. All right. Now I'm going to go into another one that's just sort of my go-to. On my warm-ups, I do several exercises exactly the same way, essentially, every time I warm up. And so this is just the next one that I do. It's called the Yaya exercise. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's all it is. 5-3-5-3-1 for the music geeks out there. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then I'm just going to take in a preparatory breath, hearing the next note in my head. Yeah, 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 yeah. 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 Now I'm doing this with my hands just to show you that my body is resetting or opening up exactly the same way every time with one tiny little adjustment. My mind is hearing the next pitch. It's hearing the next high pitch, and I'm setting the instrument for that note. So I'm going to do it again. Yeah, 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 Ya, 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 ya. 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 Now, for tonight, that's hitting my second passaggio. We're going up into it. And so tonight I'm sort of a little tired. So I can kind of feel it where the mechanism almost feels like it wants to hit a ceiling. All right. So something we'll talk about in another video is what we call passagios or transitional areas of the voice. But you notice that I was okay up to that point, and then you could feel that, oh yeah, it kind of pushed a little bit. All right, so that's what you're going to notice when you hit passaggio and something doesn't want to work. These are transitional areas of the voice that the Italians sort of figured out 200 years ago were these narrowing spaces, almost like an hourglass, where you've got sort of a comfortable zone and then it gets narrower and then it gets bigger again. All right, so for me, your chest voice, middle voice, and head voice are sort of all like the wider parts of the hourglass. And then the neck, that tinier area, is the passaggio. So the way that my teacher described it to me is that when we enter into these areas, there's a need to thread the voice sort of through the passaggio, narrow it, bring it into a brighter space, a more forward space for those of you that are familiar with forward placement, using, of course, keeping the rib and the body engagement steady. So if I go back to that part, yeah, yeah, and I just make sure I'm prepared and articulating precisely. Yeah, 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 yeah. 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 You notice I start to be able to go through it more easily. So let's do one more tonight. And then after you finish with me, just turn off the screen and go sing a little bit. Do something, some go-to song. I always say that because I think we have favorite songs that kind of run like earworms in our brains. And those are great little tools to just play around with. I'll do one of mine after I do this exercise before I jump off. So we're going to do what I call the knee extension exercise for a little bit, but I'm going to simplify it. So the pattern is knee, 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 knee. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it very even. I'm not going to try to get louder as I move towards the top note. I'm going to try to hold the dynamic level the same. And I'm going to try to be very clear and precise on my articulation. All right. I'm holding my body still, like we've talked about earlier in other videos. So, knee, 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 knee. Knee, 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 knee. Knee, 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 knee. Now I can feel a little sort of like this in that one. Knee, 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 knee. So I try to smooth it out. Knee, 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 knee. Knee, 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 knee. And again, you can feel it. I have a little tiny adjustment there. So now I'm going to try pulling that sound towards me. Knee, 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 knee. One more time. Knee, 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 knee. And then I'm going to go up a half. Knee, 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 knee. And again, I'm going to pull. Knee, 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 knee. What you might notice is that the sound is concentrated and accurate, but it's also gentle. As I mentioned in one of the earlier videos that I've put up recently, we work smaller in bel canto in order for us to access something we call the core of the voice. It's sort of like every note that you hit. If you were to accurately articulate every note in your entire range right in the center, it would thread sort of up and down the little tiny track. I talk about it in my book as like the core of the carrot. It's like that very narrow margin. So when we're exercising the voice in bel canto, when we're working it, we're not working with like full voice volume. We're trying to control things in a much more precise way initially in order to get control of the vocal folds, in order to get control of the mechanism in terms of inner structural stability. So I said I'd do a little bit of a go-to song. I'm a real big fan of Ella Fitzgerald, so I'm just going to do a little bit of something she sang called Too Darn Hot, even though, well, it is kind of too darn hot here where I am in Arizona right now, but I'm inside. It's okay. And the song kind of goes like this. Let's see. It's too darn hot. It's too darn hot. I'd like to sup with my baby tonight. Refill my cup with my baby tonight. I'd like to sup with my baby tonight. Refill my cup with my baby tonight. But I ain't after my baby tonight 'cause it's too darn hot. It's too darn hot. And you can kind of feel like I'm allowing the space of my resonating instrument to open and relax, if you will, when I sing an actual song. But I'm kind of being mindful of maintaining this kind of connected legato line as I sing. So just, play with it a little bit. You notice I'm using my hands at times to kind of direct myself that way. That can be a great way to get your voice to behave the way you want it to behave. So we'll talk more about these things in another session, but I just wanted to give you another little piece of the puzzle and just sit with you for a little while tonight. So listen, have a wonderful rest of your evening or your day, wherever you are. I wish you well. I send you love and keep on singing. Ciao bella.